Hello YouTube, it's a Tuesday, I'm bored, let's build a gate. I have spent half an hour or so designing the gate in the hopes that I'll be able to build it a lot quicker. Means I can get my cuts done quick, don't have to mess about with that, measuring every time. So yeah, this is this is the design. So post. I'm going to cut a groove in these three and then have slats going across this way, and then this is a top post that goes on top, and then I'm going to use, I saw this design or something from a guy in Australia was making it. He's making a fence out of copper, which is a bit expensive, a bit overkill. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is put on this top, between this top rail and this top rail, I'm going to have copper strips, copper pipe in there. So along here and along the top I'll have to drill holes so the copper can slot in. And yeah, that's the plan. It should be an easy build, I think it is. 22. If I can have this built by 4:30, it'd be a good job. So first things first, I'm mainly doing this because I've got scrap wood and I'm bored, and here comes the rain. Typical. I don't have anywhere to shelter. That could be the whole job knackered pretty much straight away. Let me get you under a towel. That's better. So as I said, I've got scrap wood lying about. I'm gonna make something, so let's do it. So we'll get all my main frame cut to size, get it screwed together. Actually no, probably put the grooves in it first, right to the grooves in it first, then join it together, slats in, top on, copper cut, put that in, top piece on, job's a good one. So let's get cracking. So I saved these fence posts from another job. I really wish I had a planer just to take the roughness off of them, you know, just to get a nice cleaner edge, cleaner finish on them. And they've also got two manky kind of grooves in them, which is a bit annoying. But again, this is kind of just a practice run for potentially, I would love to build this for somebody else. So it's not the end of the world if this one isn't absolutely perfect. Looks wise with the quality of wood. That's a bad edge. So what have we got? Why does it have to be rain? It's been dry for the last 2 hours. As soon as I want to start doing something, fucking rain comes on. Line that up like this, so cut that top manky edge off. Oh, God's sake. That could be us knackered. I don't have anywhere to shelter, I'm looking at my camera ruined. Cut. We'll try again later on or tomorrow. That is the rain off, thankfully. Just a quick blast. So let's get our frame cut out and made. And then we can take it from there. Do the old-fashioned way. That's got a dodgy bomb bit. I'd like to try and cut that off if I can. Get some of it off. One side. See what I mean? See if I could plane this wood. Get the roughness off it. Make it look so much better. So annoying. It's got the, for some reason this wood's got 2 grooves in it. Every piece has got these 2 grooves in it, and I have no idea why, which is a real pain in the arse. That's why if I had a planer I could have planed those out. Also, word of warning, I accidentally spent 45 quid on this pack of screws because they're not stainless steel, they're made out of, you see that? Zinc. I mean, it's a nice looking screw, and also I think every screw should have a head like that. So much easier for screwing in accurately, no chance of stripping out. But 45 quid, or whatever I said there, 43 quid. Big mistake. Probably should have asked before I bought them, but I'll stick them on someone else's bill, don't worry. So that's all my sides cut. So I think it'll be easier to router all the pieces separately and then put them together for accuracy wise. I think it'll be a lot easier. So that's the plan. We'll get the router out. We will measure the size of, or the thickness of the wood that I'm going to use for it. And yeah, I'm probably gonna have to do 2 passes on it because my cutout bit is not going to be thick enough. So I need to take a bit of time measuring this and make sure I get it right. So this is the spare wood that we're going to be using for slats across the middle of the gate, and as you can tell, where are you? There you go. Slightly thicker, so I'm going to need to do kind of a pass and a half on my frame to get these to fit. So actually what I'll do is I'll use a test piece first. I'm not going to risk doing that, so I have a spare piece of post here that I'm not using, so we'll use that. So wrong way, inside wood. Oh, fucking hell. Okay. Not entirely sure why that's doing that. Nearly took my eyes out. We shall try again. There we have it. I changed it a little bit. For some reason, I don't know if it's because wood's quite damp, full of knots. That other router bit just was not happy, as you saw it kicking back like crazy, and I don't think I was doing anything wrong. Originally I was going the wrong direction. You've always got to go, there's a direction you have to go in routering. So I don't know what was going on, it was taking too much material or what, but it just didn't feel safe. So I changed just to, I'll show you, just another router bit. That's just a straight cutout bit. And yeah, again, I don't know if it's because it's so wet or naughty or what, or because it's taking up quite a bit of material, it's just not happy with it at all. But we've got the first piece done. See the groove? Perfect. So this is the bottom piece. So my wood will slot in perfectly along there. So just gotta get the sides done now, and then another top piece. But we'll do the sides first. Yeah, too deep. That's what the issue is. Killing the batteries. Too much in one go. It's not a heavy duty router, this. You know, it's not, this is probably really pushing its limits, I would think. So that's all our pieces routed out, our grooves routed out. That was a bit more of a harder challenge than I was expecting. Didn't quite go, well, it didn't go very well at all. But I'm hoping it should be good enough. So now, join the two sides and bottom together, cut our slats to go in the grooves, put our top on, and then we can take it from there. That should be the hardest part done. So yeah, let's see how accurate I was. They cost me all that money, I'm going to use them. There's one side. Let's have a look-see. Aha! And there we have it. Slightly off there, I could probably just chisel that edge out just to make it perfect. Might just do that actually. Just take a wee edge out of that. Whoa! Gee! Heavy. Let's see how accurate I'm thinking we might actually have to take the bottom off. Put the top pieces on first. So this is where we're at now. Camera ran out of battery, so you missed me putting it together, but probably better you didn't watch me because there was a lot of frustration coming out. It was just fiddly, and when you've got no even ground to try and build it on, it's twice as hard. So that's what it looks like. Those pieces perfectly inset into the posts. There's a little bit of play, but once I put a diagonal across, I'm going to use that as a front line, that's a nicer side. So once I put a diagonal across the back, it'll hold the slats from bouncing away with it, just because the groove was quite difficult to get back perfect, you know what I mean? So there's a little bit, you can see there's a little bit of wiggle room. For future, you have to get this groove like absolutely perfect, that you can see there's a gap. I don't know if that's a bad thing, because it allows for movement, but also get a rattle. So put a cross member in, and then get our copper cut, measured out, get the top piece on, and then we'll see what it'll like when it's finished. We'll go with that. Cut this, or cut my angles in this. Fraction off that bottom side. Just like that. Perfect. Screw down into the slats from the back because I don't want any screws in the front, and that should be absolutely rock solid. Absolutely overkill, but guess what? It ain't gonna go anywhere or fall apart now, so happy with that. And there's zero rattle now, which is even better. So I've got it marked out. You might just be able to see that the wood's a bit damp because it's raining. Got it all marked out for every spot, so I'm gonna have 9 bits of copper. So I'm gonna have 9 bits of copper piping. So now we just need to get a speed bit and drill out on the X's or on the crosses. Hopefully I've got something that's very close to the thickness of the copper pipe, and then we have to replicate it on the top piece and we'll be good to go. Okay. So blunt, these. Dead battery. And the rain's back on, so I'm going to turn these off. So that's just got all our holes marked up. That's our top piece, top of the actual gate. So now, get our copper, and I've roughly marked out where I think I need to go height-wise. So we'll just cut 9 lengths of that, put the top on, and that should be us golden. Perfect. And there we have it. A copper and wood gate. Let me know what you think. Do you think it looks cool? Do you think it looks daft? I'm not sure what I think. I think it's quite cool. I'm not going to bore you with sanding it and all that jazz, because I might sand. So I'm going to sand it, and then I'm probably going to might stain the outside and keep that like that, and stain this and leave the copper obviously. But I'm not sure. I'm not going to bore you with that. So yeah. Again, if you've watched this video, appreciate your viewership. Again, I probably wasted 20 to 30 minutes of your life, but thanks anyway, and I'll see you soon.